everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a Cardiff University first year review. So for this year I have really enjoyed my course and I'm really grateful that I have liked it as much as I have done, as I feel as if the course has really made my university experience be really good this year. I study media and communications and I have loved every single module that I have done, especially in semester 1. I really enjoyed the modules in semester 1. Semester 1 I had 3 modules and semester 2 I also had 3, so in total in this year I've had 6 modules, and the modules in semester 1 were kind of more of a rounding of media. So we had modules called Media Scholarship, which was kind of an introduction to all things media, kind of like the key terms of media, so things like the public sphere and things like that. Another module was Advertising and the Consumer Society, which was really interesting. It was probably my second favourite module for this year. That was all about, you know, advertising and marketing and what impact that has on the environment, what impact it has on women and how women are objectified in advertising, and also about, you know, just the marketing and advertising in general. Super interesting, and I loved that module. The third module for semester 1 was called History of Mass Communications and Culture. So this is kind of a breakdown of all, again, kind of like the key concepts of media and communications. So a couple of things we looked at was citizen journalism, symbolic annihilation, music and the media. It was so interesting. Each lecture was on a different thing and it was just so interesting to learn about how media is involved in pretty much every aspect of life, and that was definitely my favourite module of the whole year. It was so interesting and I'm so glad that I was able to do that module. Another great thing about media and communications is the faculty are amazing. The lecturers and the seminar leaders are all really lovely, and they're very understanding of the, you know, COVID-19 situation, and they would give us extensions on assessments, or they would give us extra guidance on assessments because they realised that coronavirus was a big thing and it was impacting our lives, and they were so understanding about that. Another thing is that the faculty are great because they literally reply so fast. Sometimes my lecturers and seminar leaders would reply within seconds of my email. It was so amazing, and I just knew that they cared so much about us. My modules in semester 2, again, I had 3 modules in semester 2. That was an introduction to media audiences. So again, this was a really interesting module. It was all about the study of media audiences and how you study audiences. Next module was representation. So that was all about how people represent themselves online, you know, things with like emojis and memes, and how celebrities represent themselves and what that means, and the idea of, you know, like subculture and culture and digital remix culture and things like that. So again, very interesting. And then my third module for this semester was Understanding Journalism Studies, which was probably my least favourite module, only because I'm not really interested in the journalism side of things. But again, all these 6 modules that I had to do this year were compulsory, so I had to do it. But again, it still wasn't a bad module. Some of the lectures in that module actually crossed over from the History of Mass Communications module, which was good because I loved that module. So then doing the same thing, kind of the same kind of thing again, was really fun. I'm so glad that I've done media and communications. It is a very good course. It is taught incredibly well. The lecturers are amazing, the seminar leaders are amazing, and they really support you. And I would definitely recommend studying media and communications at Cardiff University, or studying anything in JOMEC at Cardiff University. So JOMEC, by the way, means journalism, media and culture, I think it is, or it might be communications, the C. The JOMEC building is the building that I have my lectures in and my seminars in, for example. I guess the one thing for me has been struggling to make friends, because most of my learning has been online, so I haven't been able to meet as many people as possible, or as many people as I thought I was going to meet. But that's absolutely fine, because I still have, you know, next year and in my third year I can meet more people in my course and get to know other people. The online learning has been quite difficult, but again, you know, that's just the coronavirus situation. There's no one to blame for that. That's just what's had to be done. But again, at the same time, it hasn't been that bad. Like, I've really enjoyed doing the lectures online because they're all pre-recorded. So you can watch it, you can pause it to then take your notes, you can then pause it to get a snack, you can pause it to get a drink, and I've really enjoyed that kind of freedom around lectures, and I kind of hope that stays for next year. Another thing, seminars online again were a bit awkward at first because no one would put their camera on, no one would speak, but eventually, and especially this semester, people have been more confident to do that, and that's really great. It's just difficult in your first year, obviously, because you don't know these people on your course. If I was in second year or third year, it wouldn't be too bad because you'd know the people on your course, so it wouldn't be so awkward. But anyways, it wasn't the end of the world. It was still pretty good, and I still learned so much. Living in residences is also a brand new thing that you do in the first year of university, and again, it is quite a new experience, and it honestly, make it or break it if you have flatmates that you like and are your friends, or if not. But either way, it doesn't matter. If you don't get on with your flatmates, then that's okay. You find friends on your course, and don't be afraid to go into the social areas, or don't be afraid to go into the kitchen, because you have every right to be there, as well as everyone else. So don't feel, if you don't get on with your flatmates, don't worry about seeing them, or don't worry about going into the kitchen, because you live there as well and you have every right to go into the kitchen. What I did really enjoy about residences was having my own little space. So, I had my room and my ensuite bathroom, and I had my windows, and I had my desk, and I really enjoyed having that space just for me. And it was really nice, because you definitely gain independence going and living in residence halls, or going even just to university, because you're doing everything pretty much by yourself. You're alone quite a lot of the time. And I've really enjoyed, having that own little space, and I really enjoyed food shopping for myself and things like that. I did really enjoy that experience. I was really happy that the university provided a saliva coronavirus test for free, because I was able to go multiple times just to make sure that I hadn't had coronavirus, even though I never had any symptoms, which was great. But I thought it was really amazing how they offered that service, so you could just double check and make sure you don't have COVID, and keep the number of COVID cases down as much as possible. So that was a really great thing that university did. Also, I was really happy that how the university communicated with us in terms of updating us and things that the government was saying. So for example, when the government was saying things that never included university students, they would talk about primary school kids and high school kids, but they would never talk about university students. In the updates, they didn't have anything to do with us. It'd be great to see Cardiff then email us and giving us as much information as they could give us to do with the updates from what they could gather from the government, which I was really grateful for, because a lot of the times I was confused, I was worried what was happening, and then I'd get an email from Cardiff and I would feel so much better, and I would understand then what was going on, what was happening, because the government weren't explaining anything. Another thing that I love about Cardiff University is their careers section. So I've signed up to weekly job alerts, so every week I get a list of all these companies that are looking for students from Cardiff University to do work experience for them, or do a social media insight, or do a marketing insight, and things like that. And that is great, because I'm currently doing 2 work experiences through those job alerts that I got from the careers section at Cardiff University. So if you're joining Cardiff University and you would like to sign up to those job alerts, then you have to create a careers account, which you will find on the intranet. However, you probably won't have any idea what that means, so that's okay. Once you get to university, you can email careers@cardiff.ac.uk, and you can create your careers account and get the weekly job alerts, which I would definitely recommend. Also, signing up to the job alerts and getting work experience has really given me confidence, because what if something like the coronavirus happens again, in a couple of years' time, once I graduate, and I'm trying to look for a job and I can't find a job. But having those work experiences under my belt makes me more employable, so I'm more likely to get employed. So that really does help me and gives me a lot of confidence to be able to get employed in the future and have a good knowledge already of working in social media, or working in marketing, working in advertising, before I've even graduated, and that is a great experience. Overall, I've had a pretty positive first year. I've really enjoyed my course, and I'm so grateful for my course, as I feel like if it wasn't for how amazing my course was and how amazing the lecturers and seminar leaders are, I wouldn't have enjoyed university anywhere near as much. So I'm so grateful for the course. And you've got to remember, university is about getting a degree, and if your degree isn't that good or you don't enjoy it, then you're not going to have a good time at university. So make sure you do pick a course that you really enjoy and you know you're going to love. I look forward to seeing what next year brings. I hope you found this video useful, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments or ask your school about the UniBuddy app, because I'm UniBuddy and you can ask me questions on the UniBuddy app. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you, bye bye.